What's good, Wagering World? It's your boy Five Star in Vegas, broadcasting live as always from beautiful Summerlin, Nevada. In here with my co-host, my guy, the only Sacramento Kings fan I know. What's good, brother Staff?
Not much. We had a beautiful weekend up here in Northern California, and excited for another week of betting the NBA. And of course, we got a great tennis tournament this week too.
Oh yeah, which tennis tournament is coming up?
Indian Wells. The draw will come out at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific today, and then the matches will officially start on Wednesday.
Sounds good. I'm sorry, I'm adjusting this light a little bit. It's a little bit too bright on my glasses. Okay, man, how was your weekend?
Pretty good, right? We had a lot of fun. A lot of developments there in the NBA. Jared Allen going down with an injury, obviously pretty disappointing for the Cavaliers. The Lakers finally got a win, right? Hey,
right.
The one time I didn't fade him either, right? Because I was like, this number is getting a little too high. But you got to think, man, if it takes a 56 performance from LeBron to beat the Warriors, who've lost 8 of their last 10 games, it shows you how poorly they really constructed that team around him. The guy's still such a great player, but I would say they did him a disservice, but it feels like he did himself a disservice with the players that he surrounded himself with.
Yeah, him and Rich Paul pretty much did that. They got him almost everything they wanted, but the one gripe that Braun is able to use with the front office with Jeannie Buss and the Lakers is he wanted DeRozan, and with DeRozan having the kind of year that he's having, it's making it seem like, hey, we the team we have now, if we had DeRozan out, look where we would have been, you know. So it's kind of a sticky situation on both sides. I actually took the Lakers that game plus 200. I had to, man. It was pretty.
It felt like it was getting to be too much, right?
Plus 200 was too easy. And then you already know LeBron's history with Steph Curry. He's going to bring his best against the Warriors. That's one of the teams when he sees them, it's like, hey, I got to put on the show. I know the whole league's watching. It's not a Wednesday night against Charlotte, you know, so I knew we were going to get the best out of him on that one. And I cashed on one of the few NBA tickets that I bet, but there's no way I was going to lay their type of points with them. And as you know, as we spoke about earlier, Draymond Green is the LeBron stopper for them. And without him, man, without Draymond Green, everyone's saying what we've been talking about just how important he is to what they do over there on the defensive side, and also as being a de facto point guard on the offense. So they're definitely missing Draymond, and I'm sure this offseason he's going to be threatening them to either go to TNT and work full-time and replace Barkley, or to get a real hike in his pay raise, because he's definitely showing how important he is to that team. Let's get to yesterday's news real quick, Spread.
All right, yeah, another rough one for me. Thunder, got blown out by the Timberwolves, and that's one of the things when you're betting those big underdogs, right? When you take a game that's -5, -6, right? A lot of times the game's going to land right around the number, right? So even if you lose the play, it's like, well, I only lost by 2, or I only lost by this. Taking the bigger underdogs is definitely a different situation. So a lot of the times, right, when you cover, right, it's a really close game, and sometimes you can catch anywhere 10 to 14 points, right, and they end up losing by 2 or 3, or when you lose by 30. So definitely not getting discouraged there. When you're taking those underdogs, the potential for embarrassment is there, and was a little embarrassed by their performance, but hey, that's kind of what happens there. And that's why they have even though they're so good against the spread, their point differential against the spread isn't as good, because when they do lose, they lose by a lot. But you had a pretty nice pick on Friday. How did that one go for you?
Yeah, Morehead State, as I suggested, they covered the +4.5, and they won on the money line, as I also suggested. So luckily we were both able to cash that. And I just knew that Morehead State plays too much defense for Belmont. Belmont wants to just run free. They want to play, a game where it's free flowing, they're getting up shots, and that's just not what Morehead State's going to allow them to do, or would allow them to do. And I knew that from the past matchups, and also just the head-to-heads, and also the athletic ability that Morehead State has on the defensive side. They got all up into the Belmont shooters. They made them uncomfortable all night. They didn't get any clear looks. Their big man was harassed all night by Johnny Broom, who's the center for Morehead State. Keep an eye on him in the NBA. He has a very funny looking release when he's doing his little post moves. I'm sure that the NBA scout, the top shooting coaches will work with him with that and get that a little adjusted, because he kind of like fades away and falls back. I don't know if it's to try to tempt him from blocking it or what, but he's a hell of a player, man. He plays defense, he rebounds, he blocks shots, he runs the floor. He was quite a presence during that conference, the Ohio Valley Conference. So keep an eye on Johnny Broome for Morehead State. He'll be moving up in the draft boards. I'm telling you, he might be a second-round pick, maybe a free agent, but wherever he goes, they're going to get an impact player who I think can actually compete on a professional scale. He had 30 in the lost last game. They played right down to the wire against a team that was just a little bit better than them in Murray State. But against Belmont, he had 27. The kid plays hard, man. And these aren't from, 3-point shots and the things. This is, drives, post moves, getting it off the backboard and things like that. So keep an eye on him. I like that kid a lot. What's the ball and parlay today, man? Let's get the week started off right on this Monday, man, and give these guys an 8th straight winning week on the show.
All right, let's go for it. I'm going to do it again, right? You think, hey, might be deterred taking some points with the team really low in the standings on Friday. But, hey, I'm going to go off my numbers, and my numbers really like Detroit tonight. The Detroit Pistons are catching 7.5 at home against the Atlanta Hawks. Two teams that are playing well as of late. Atlanta Hawks, right? We know how much they struggled to start the season. They definitely overlooked the regular season, right? They're that team that just got the taste of success and thought it was going to be easy, and we're kind of just penciling themselves back in the playoffs, this season. And, reality kind of caught up to them, and the harsh reality came back. Now they're fighting for a play-in spot. Detroit Pistons are, if they're not officially eliminated, we know they are eliminated. They're looking forward to next year, and they're trying to get, a blue-chip prospect. And as good as it is to see the team playing well, right, they don't want to go up too far in the standings because I think they'd really like to have a top 4 pick to put next to Cade Cunningham next season. But both teams have won 2 of their last 3 games, 5 of their last 7. For Atlanta, that's okay. But for Detroit, that's kind of notable, right, because they don't have many wins at all this season. How is this happening for Detroit? Well, number one, their young players have gotten better, right? Isaiah Stewart, Cade Cunningham's playing excellent basketball, really figuring out the league at a quick pace and definitely showing why he deserves to be the #1 overall pick. And now they have Jeremy Grant back, right? So it kind of, first Jeremy Grant was carrying the team, then he got hurt. Cade kind of developed. Now they're back and they're playing together. They got Kelly Olynyk and giving you nice veteran minutes off the bench. And I don't think that Dwayne Casey is necessarily worried about this lottery position. I think he's pretty happy with the guys that he has and trust in their GM to make a good pick regardless. So he's really pushing this team hard. And I think that if you're in Detroit, you should be pretty excited about what you're seeing here. Are they going to get the win straight up? I don't know. I don't know if I'll sprinkle the money line tonight. Atlanta will probably win this game, but will they win it by 7.5? An Atlanta team that struggles to defend. And if you look at the matchup wise, they got DeAndre Hunter to go at Cade, but that's going to leave Grant and Olynyk open. I think that they have a good chance to match up well against the Atlanta front court defense. One little drawback here, Onyeka Okongwu is back for the Hawks. That should help with the defense a little bit, but I still trust the Pistons to keep it close. They've been playing excellent lately. So my play will be the Pistons plus 7.5.
Yeah, I like that too. Spread out. That's one of the better plays that I would see on the board today.
It's not the best slate today, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, the blowouts where, you're catching 14.5 and it'll probably either be a 5-point game or a 25-point game.
Right.
And then the only real, I think, close game that you can handicap like a playoff game is the Jazz and the Mavericks.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like getting involved in that one. I had the Mavericks a couple weeks ago when they played the Jazz, and I grabbed them +6 and they lost by 5,
right.
which made me think, these books have a pretty good idea of where these teams are going. So if you have an individual feel for that game, I have no problem there. But, I felt like staying away. I feel like the number they're putting up is pretty good. Mavericks are -2.5 right now. Seems about right, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Jazz won.
Detroit definitely is playing good ball. Cade Cunningham, as you said, making great adjustments. He was one of my favorite players to watch in college basketball last season. I knew he would have a pretty much seamless transition to the NBA, and within the next 2-3 years, I expect him to raise his talents to all-star level. He's that type of player. Stroke from the three-point line is unbelievable. Great IQ. He just has to have the right pieces around him. They're still trying to figure out if a couple of those guys who are high draft picks are really worth, their salt. And I definitely like him and Jeremy Grant. And I definitely like their coach. He's a veteran. He's been around, been a coach of the year. Great mentor for those kids. So spread's going with the Pistons plus 7.5 against the Hawks at home. I'm going to stay with the college basketball. You guys know in the last 11, we've been 9-2-1. I got a push on Thursday. Besides that, we've been on fire, man. This weekend, I also gave out a free pick yesterday to the people on Twitter. Navy minus 2.5, and it cashed. Great game, overtime, exciting, and thankfully Navy was able to pull it out. Tonight, we're going to the SoCon tournament. It's going to be the finals. It's Chattanooga minus two, versus Furman. I've seen 2.5, depends on which shop you're at. Chattanooga simply the better team. The Mocs are top 45 in field goal percentage, shooting tantalizing 47% from the field. They're ranked 44th in the country. Furman, on the other hand, is one of the worst field goal percentage defensive teams in the country. They're allowing their opponents to shoot 45% from the field, and that simply just isn't good enough. Another factor I expect is that Chattanooga dominates on the boards. They rank 23rd in defensive rebounding in the country, and that's not going to help Furman at all. Furman is one of the worst offensive rebounding teams in the country. They rank 231st. Furman needs these second chance opportunities against a team that's already better than them. Chattanooga has beaten Furman twice this season already. Their last victory came at Furman. They won by 6 points. This is for these guys in these smaller conferences. This is pretty much their Super Bowls for the season. Just getting to the dance for them is the main thing. Winning their conference tournament is always their goal. They know with the talent level that they have, they won't win a national championship. Their whole thing is to win their conference tournament and get into the dance. So this is Super Bowl for them. So I expect the best effort we're going to see from Chattanooga. The Mocs have won 8 of their last 10. As I said, they defeated Furman twice already this season. But on top of that, Furman is 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 against winning teams. They're 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 neutral site games. And then also 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games following a straight-up win. So all things point to taking Chattanooga and Chattanooga rolling in this game. So I'm going to load on them heavy. I actually suggest a 5% bet on this one. Chattanooga -2 against Furman. And you guys, please tune in to my Twitter since it's March Madness and I have a plethora of games available. I'll be sharing a couple of the games that I've been giving the Supreme clientele with you guys free as well to help you guys make some money. And remember, to use these plays every day that we're putting up, man. They're cashing, they're making money, man. They continue to follow us. Follow Spread at Spread Astaire on Twitter and also subscribe to his channel. That's Spread Astaire on YouTube. Mine is 5-Star in Vegas Sports Investments on YouTube, and on Twitter, it's 5-Star in Vegas, spelled out the 5. As I told you, we'll be giving out a lot of free picks, the latest information. Spread does several articles for different companies for the NBA. Go to his site so you can check out his content, and you can also catch some more plays besides the free play that he leaves here every day. So, guys, this is the beginning of a great week. It's March Madness. It's beautiful outside. The wind's howling, but the sun is shining. And we look forward to catching a bunch of college basketball this month and also catching some NBA too. Anything else for the people, Spread, before we get out of here for today?
No, it's real windy up here in Sacramento too. So I was just laughing when you said that because it's been gusting out here too. So
yes, dude. Did you saw I hit you on the tweet and I told, man, Sacramento, I didn't realize they had 17 straight losing seasons.
Yeah, it's just been terrible. So ever since Adelman left, they haven't won.
Wow. And Adelman's made a stop in Houston since then and everything, you know.
Did he? I don't think he did. I thought
he was in Houston since that. He coached the Rockets and everything since that.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
Long. Yeah. Adelman coached the Rockets since then. I did not realize that the Kings had been on this long of a losing streak. dude. Like I know that they hadn't been in the playoffs that long. So hey, man, I don't know what you guys are doing in Sacramento, but you better get your stuff together for my guy. Or we're gonna get that team and bring him to Vegas and show you guys how to run it correctly. You know, you guys, y'all stay tuning in to the Wagering World. We're here Monday through Fridays exclusively here on SCOON TV. The best of luck to you all, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.